time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Atlanta. It's the Packers and the Falcons, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
For the chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. Take it in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the rookie third-rounder who's from Louisville and then played his college ball up the road on I-71 at Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready?
So first down, and they'll stick with Algier. And some room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that. You're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Do that again, coach. Look how my legs kept turning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
46 yards rushing for him now on the opening drive of this NFC title game.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll drop to throw. This pass is caught by London. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
This to Pitts, and he's got it. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have struck first in this NFC title game. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says Olin Judge. The throw took him a little too far in second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Love. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Love now. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Love looking middle, and it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Love from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They're such a talented team of defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. This is taken at the 15. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it will be Falcon football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Ballantyne opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Now the Packers get set to go. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Throwing. Love. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And a solid run down inside the 30. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll run for it with Algier. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. 59 yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. Algier now up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Koo now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. So that drive at 4 plays. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9. Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, going to the air with Love. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Love going to give this one to Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And Joseph Charlton on now to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Tyler Algier and the rest of this offense making their return to the field. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games. Maybe we need to up that a little.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Algier will try to pick it up. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tyler Algier with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Coup for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. And that would get to be off target and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs squaring off with the Las Vegas Raiders. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's been no contest in terms of the rushing yards. You see a much, much brighter picture there. Our 2 squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Love. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 169 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl. They'll stick with Algier. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. We're in the 3rd quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. On 2nd, here's Algier. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. 3rd down, here's Algier. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. But we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here, they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Valentine going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. That pick 6 just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. switching things up. They'll throw it now with Jordan Love. This pass complete to Melton. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Algier going straight ahead. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's London. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll set up a throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown Atlanta. Kyle Pitts saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Koo now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
We kick out of bounds.
Not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
1st down, Love to pass. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. Floating one, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and they will remain well behind. A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To pass, here's Jordan Love. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And this is good for a first down, his second grab in this NFC Championship bout. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, 41 yards. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Falcons back out getting set for this next drive. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like the Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Coup for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Again, it's Love. And his throw is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Love. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. He's got him in. Complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.